Hey, I'm super stoked because this is the second video I've done by this dude Alip Ba Ta, and the first one was Sweet Child of Mine, which hopefully I will link below. And I was gonna make a note, but I guess when I see the footage, hopefully that will remind me. To make things fair, I will link to my own solo arrangement of me playing BTS Make It Right. You can see what you think about that. Okay, so one, I already know the guy's badass. That makes things really easy, because worst case scenario, I'm just gonna get to hear him be awesome. What did he do incredibly well? You know, he does a lot of things well, but I think if you're a guitarist, some things you might want to try to steal from this guy. The thing that I think he did the best is the hardest to probably notice, which is his fretting hand finger placement. It's one of the most common mistakes on the guitar. I will tell you, I played guitar for 12 years before I got my finger placement adjusted by a dude who was in his late 70s. He called me out on my hand, and I was like, what's he even talking about? But anyways, no matter how much you practice and how fast you get, you have this issue of transferring the energy in your hand to the string, and you deliver that energy by how you curve your finger and where you actually place the tips of your fingers on the strings, and that point of contact is going to be different on each string, because on each finger has a slightly different curve, right? They're going to land differently on these digits than they are in the middle. So anyways, his finger placement is spot on, which, when you have good finger placement, allows you to use less effort when you play, and you still get to have speed and clarity. So anyways, I'm excited to see what he does on black or white. Let's go. I'm Ellis. What's up? How you doing? What? Okay, he's doing something else. Obviously, those harmonics were dope, but I'm not going to talk about the harmonics because they're harmonics. Like, finger placement for your harmonics, that's a different thing. But he's doing these little rasguiatos. A rasguiato is an unfurling of your finger for strumming. So you strum like this instead of with your wrist. A key to rasguiatos, if you'll look at his picking hand, his hand stays almost always the same distance from the strings. That enables him, when he unfurls his finger, for this fingertip not to get stuck on the way out when he strums, or on the way back in when he's getting ready to strum again. Really consistent distance from this fretting hand, finger picking hand. Oh, also, big ass thumbnails, right? I got one, he's got one. That also helps you maintain distance, because cat, Jesus Christ, go over there. Because if your thumbnail's too short, you're going to end up taking your hand closer to the guitar, which is going to limit the movement of your other fingers. You can still play well, it limits you. These little hammer-on and pull-offs he's doing, if you notice how even the volume is between the hammer-ons, the pull-offs, and the picking notes, that's that fretting hand. It enables you to maintain consistent energy when you do your slurs, your hammer-ons, and your pull-offs. Actually, hold on, I'll back up. Well, we got a lot of time left. Never mind. Okay, that speed there, very nice and even, but the key to how fast he's playing those runs is the fact that the opening notes are open strings. So on his triplets or sextuplets, it's only 2 fingers have to fret. Right? Right, so like, I'm in the wrong key, but... Oh, also, something he's doing with his hand placement to make it clear, if you look at these triplets, he's using, his first note is the index finger and his second note is the pinky of his fretting hand. And it enables you to have a bigger curve so you can smack the string harder. Dude, my cat's messing with me. Also, you can see something he's doing with his picking hand is he's bracing sometimes with his pinky. He's bracing right now. Even though people frown on that, there's no reason to frown on it as long as you're able to articulate your notes clearly, because what the pinky bracing does is add stability to the right hand, enables you to play with a little more force. As long as you don't depend on it like a crutch, no problem. And another killer performance. You gotta love it. So something that we do in studio at school, well, if you're pursuing a degree, this is really common, and it's common for all of the instruments, is you have one-on-one studio time with a teacher, but then you also have usually weekly group sessions where all of the students get together and you take turns performing in front of the class, and then you get feedback from the class and from the professor. And so you get really used to this, like what the hell's flashing in the background? It's the damn monitor. You get used to this thing of just being like open to talking about how things work. It's one of the best experiences. A lot of music school was kind of lame. There are a couple of killer parts. Keyboard studies, giant choir performances. That was all dope. The lessons are dope, and seminar, man, just watching people. So when you are going to critique a piece or a performance, you can't critique the composition, right? Maybe you don't like the song, but you're critiquing the performance of the song, not whether or not you like it. Which I like this song and I like the arrangement of it, but critiquing the performance, nothing. I have nothing to critique, which is how you lose your job as a guitar teacher. Because if you have nothing to critique, why should someone come back? But no, I think that song is finished. It's good to go. Put it on iTunes, man. Let people download it and buy it, or perform it live, because you've got it locked down. And when you got something locked down, it goes in your repertoire, which okay, yes, repertoire is technically anything you already know how to play. But I would take it one step further and say repertoire is shit that's finished. Things you're ready to play for the public on a recurring basis. So anyways, that was dope. A pleasure. Sorry if I talk too much. It's like 2 in the morning. I'm trying to stay awake for the album release at 4 a.m. Much love to my man Alip. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. And plus, watching him play is going to light a fire under my ass to do more work. Because it's like the best feeling is like when you watch someone play and you're like, fuck, I should work harder. So thanks Alip. I will see you in another video. I don't know why I'm doing this. Ellis out.